Hey everyone, this is Creative Jean. My name is Ambrosia Fox. Today I wanted to show you a new way to make a really flat seam. You know, for people that are a little bit sensitive to those bulky areas when we do seams. This one lays completely flat. You barely feel it. That's what the top looks like. And that's what the bottom looks like. So first you hang your first side with the right side on, push your needles fully out, and then just pop the next sleeve on top of it with the wrong side facing. I like to just pull and stretch the fabric out and pop it right over top of the needles. Once you get it on a little bit, it's really, really simple to just go ahead and push them onto each needle. Once that's finished, you just push them back just a little bit so that the latches will close over top of that second shoulder. Remove the waste yarn so you can see what you're doing. And then continue easing it down. You can see that all the latches are closing, and pay attention to make sure that each one of them is going to latch closed. And then of course you're going to pop that second shoulder seam through the first shoulder seam's loops. Bring it out just a bit so you can see. Now here's where the magic happens. Instead of using a latch tool, you take a needle and some of the yarn, go through that first loop, and then you're going to go down underneath and go up from the bottom, up through the purl bump in the stitch you just went through. And then you're going to pop over to the next needle. Now here I'm going to show you if you come out on the wrong side of the needle, what happens. So the string is not going to lay really nicely, and it's going to end up being too loose and you'll end up with holes. So you always want to come out on the far side of the needle, like that. So again, we go up through the purl bump of that stitch, and then come over to the next stitch and make sure your needle comes out on the opposite side. I'll show you another angle. So there's the purl bump. Slide over and go up through the loop of the next needle. Up through the purl bump of the needle you just went in, and then over to the next needle. What this does is it secures the thread, or I should say the loop, from that live stitch, but then also zigzags your needle thread over through the previous purl bump. Takes a little bit of time. And at the end, same thing as before, nothing fancy. Up through the last purl bump and then through the last stitch. And you're done. Pop it off the machine. And then just pull a bit. Pulling it side to side is going to set those little loops that you saw there at the end down into the fabric. Give it a little steam. I'm not pressing it, I'm just running steam over it. And there it is. A truly flat seam done right off the machine. Now yes, you could do a Kitchener stitch for a truly invisible stitch, but I think that looks just fine. If you prefer this side to be on the showing side, then just put it wrong sides together.